Steam right now. Not sure why it's showing that. Steam's holiday sale just took off, starting very, very recently. Got started a little bit early, was doing some, saw that nobody was using the stream, so I decided I would test it out a little bit. Hope that maybe there's some folks out there. I'm going to actually bring up, and you guys will see something interesting here on my Linux box. I'm going to start up TeamSpeak from a command line. And it's going to say, no, I don't know where you're at, because I'm in the wrong directory. So I made a TS3 directory. And now I'm going to run my script. And it should, start TeamSpeak. And I kind of wanted to show you guys some of this stuff, just so you can kind of see some of the different things you can do within Linux. That are not so easily done otherwise. Everything in Linux is that you do as far as a GUI goes is actually happening at the command line, and it's just using a GUI framework to show it to you. Kind of, if you're really familiar, the old Windows way of doing things back in the day when DOS sat underneath Windows 3.1 or 3.11. All the work is actually, all the heavy lifting is actually happening in a terminal, and you just normally don't see it. There's actually several different layers as far as Linux goes. There's the kernel and the kernel modules and stuff that are running underneath. That's kind of like your old DOS. Then it runs X11, which is a video transport protocol that gives you things like be able to use a mouse and keyboard input and have a visual desktop. And then they have a desktop environment that sits on that contains all of your icons and your behavior and your window buttons and a handful of different programs like your basic Windows does, when you get your calculator and whatnot. So that's kind of how Linux works. So I launched TeamSpeak here. And you can see all the different modules that are running. It runs all these little plugins. It failed to init text-to-speech engine, so it's not doing that right now. Let me see what else. It shows the time to start up some things. Does some DNS resolve, checks its version. And you can kind of see all these things happening in the background. When I launch it through the terminal this way, and I wanted people to be able to see that, and I always thought that was kind of neat when I first started learning about Linux, so I thought that was pretty cool. And we're going to connect up here and
connected.
Go through the lounge here. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Don't have any feedback. Hey, got more viewers than I expected. Normally I don't have quite that many. Or at least I didn't last week. I'm saying normal like I do this all the time. Let me see here. Getting down to the broadcaster lounge is way down in here and somewhere. See, so I am actually going to drop into the Civilization series channel. Let's go to the GTGN. And we are going to go into... Oh, I thought we had an actual streaming and recording. There we go. We're going to go into this channel here, in case anybody wants to hop in from the GTGN crew and chat at us. Maybe they're certainly welcome to. Okay, cool. Sorry, I was just checking my my notes here that the COG group uses, the outreach group within Grievance, to see if I'm treading on anybody else's stream. It doesn't look like it. Looks like Dark was going to stream some stuff if she could, but wasn't able to just due to family things going on. So that's all. That's all okay. It's what it is, and now we are within TeamSpeak. Now, I haven't added TeamSpeak to my stream, so you guys won't hear anything, but there's nobody else in the channel with me for now. Noticing that the Steam channel, our Steam sale started tonight. So that's really, really pretty exciting. Can take a quick look at the wish list, see if there's any. Oh, almost everything on my wish list is on sale. That's scary. That could end up being a couple of bucks. I had hoped, and maybe for tonight, that we would actually get the Icewind Dale or Legend of Grimrock 2 down for Linux. I don't want to download it during the stream because I'm not sure what that will do to my bandwidth. The Icewind Dale is fairly small, and it's only 20% off for Legend of Grimrock. I'll have to think about that. Maybe I'll do that. Looks like the several things that I was really, really thinking about are not quite there yet. Borderlands pre-sequel, still $50. I mean, that's something off. It's not a huge amount. So I think we will just go to the library and take a look at some of what we've got here. I'd wait. Lots of time for sale. Yeah, I kind of agree, Thelinius. There's a few different things. Considering what the stream is, I've got no idea what the stream is. Actually, well, I kind of started the Linux stream a little bit early. Mostly I was testing a couple of things. And it didn't look like Darkstream was going to be able to get going. And so I ninja'd some of her time. So that's hopefully not too much of a problem for her. Yeah, this actually Civilization, it should be, if I go to, and this is kind of a good thing to check out, because it should be that if I go to my Civilization Beyond Earth, I should have, an install button. Apparently today was the release day for the Beyond Earth release for Linux. It had been out on Windows for a little while, and today it was going to do... Yeah, I don't know. Let me ask, and if you don't mind, I'm going to pause here for a second and say, hey, can we update the stream? Can we update the stream for my my Linux stream? Little extreme. Gotta love text-to-speech. And I am not a thumb monkey here. So I am not that fast at typing, but we will make that happen, and hopefully somebody can actually update the title so that we can kind of explain what the heck is going on with folks here. All right. So I am running, if you guys want to know just a little bit about Linux and that here, I am actually running Steam for Linux, and I have a browser here running. The background is Firefox. Google is running also. This is my instant messengers. I actually have a number of them. I use them through a program called Pidgin, Pidgin. Highly recommended, works on Windows and Linux. And it talks multi-protocol. And one of the things you might notice here is that I have 2 different Yahoo accounts that I can sign in as using this thing, which is kind of nice, and an old AOL. And you can see my screen names there, so you can probably figure out some stuff. But what the heck? Why not, right? Friends are friends, so that's all right. You're all invited. Running the TeamSpeak 3 here. Everything seems to be running well. This is actually running the not the Cinnamon desktop, which comes with Linux Mint 17. This is Linux Mint 17, by the way. It is actually running... It is actually running... what the heck is the alternative? It is, and I'm blanking completely on the title of it. not Debian Edition. It is running a different desktop environment instead of running Cinnamon, which is an alternative to the one that Ubuntu is using, and it is more GNOME-like, GNOME 2-like, and I'm completely blanking on it, so I'm going to let it go for now, because you guys don't want to listen to me just ramble on forever and ever about that. Let me see. Cujo, need title updated. What would you want it to say? I would want it to say Cons Linux Gaming. Oh, and it wants me to log in. What you guys don't see here is that I'm logging in on my other computer. I use another program called Synergy. I mentioned it last week. That allows me to move my mouse from one machine to the other as I would from one computer screen to the other. So that is what that is. And this is the program. We can show it to you here. You'll see some basic IP stuff. And they've released a new version I need to update. And basically you can see, let me see if I can show you the wizard here. Run wizard. It lets you run through a pretty simple wizard here, and allows you to set up your desktops. Actually, I have 3 desktops, PCs connected here, and when I move from one screen to the other, it actually moves the keyboard along with the mouse, so that you're actually controlling a different computer, which is kind of nice. But it was also causing me problems. Last week in the we were attempting to do Borderlands, and the keyboard kept getting focused on a different computer than what the mouse was. So when gaming, I really should mostly suspend that, but as we aren't in a game yet, I haven't launched that yet. So hopefully that stuff is interesting for you. Let me see. Lenios. You and me and my fancy tech. That's right. And thanks, Cooch, for updating. Actually, I haven't refreshed my browser over here, so I don't even see it. There we go. All right. I am going to get back into Steam here, and I think just because I don't want to, try downloading a bunch of stuff. I'm not sure what that would do to the stream, actually. So I'm going to open up, and that's really, really, really loud. I hope that's not that loud for you guys. I'll wait till I can get in control of sound.
Just as it has always been. When I remember.
We're going to get into a Civ 5 game, a good old Civ 5 game. I like Beyond Earth. It's kind of nice. It's a different world. There's some different mechanics. Yeah, I figured it was kind of loud. I'll be turning that down here just as soon as I can get past their stupid loading screen. So I probably can now. Turn that way down. How's that? I may even... There we go. So Thelenius, if you still have that up, if you could tell me how bad the sound is, any help is appreciated. And welcome to the channel there, Daith Star. I assume the X's are a frame. All right. Meanwhile, we will hopefully not freak out the system, trying to switch back into Civ. All right, let me see here. There we go. All right, options. And we're going to turn that sound the heck down. Oh, there we go. I like the sound, but I've listened to a lot of hours of this sound. I've don't know. I've got several hundred hours in this particular game. So Let's do that. Let's tweak the video options. You notice it came up in a fairly low screen resolution. I can do a lot better than that. So let us... Well, do we just want to go to full screen? I could do that. I don't see a problem with that. Now this is a slightly older machine for those of you who may have been around last week. This is a Intel i7, what the heck was that, a 760 back in the day? It's probably 3 or 4 years old. And 16 gigs of RAM, running Linux Mint's Mate. It's the desktop environment that I couldn't think of before, Mate. And it's got an old GT460 video card in it, which is fine for most gaming. It's not like fantastic, but it's certainly good enough, I think. So we'll bump some things up here to medium. Let me see, Fog of War quality. Boy, this game gets really slow depending on what happens. So I'm going to leave that at low. Water quality, I'd like that. Heck, what the heck? Excuse me. I'm going to go high. Apply the resolution. Yes, keep it. Accept. Okay, video options will not take effect until you restart the game. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to restart the game. Hopefully it won't blow us out. The other thing is I'm going to stop the stream here and restart it for just a second. Once I restart the game. I noticed before that if I didn't, you don't get the full screen effect on the stream. So we will restart that here in just a second. And all right. You know, folks, feel free to ask any questions. Call me a noob, whatever. I don't care. I am not the greatest game player in the world, but I do enjoy playing anyway. I did like all the historical reference in the Civ 5 series. I started to talk a little bit earlier. The Beyond Earth expansion, you just kind of lose that little bit of connection to history that you've always had in the different Civilization series. So it's fun, but it's missing a little tiny bit of something. And a lot of the mechanics are very, very, very similar. You just have different names, and doesn't tend to stress you too much as far as learning new stuff. Cujo, how is gaming on Linux these days? It's fantastic. Thanks primarily to 2 companies, more than anybody else right now, and that is Steam and Good Old Games. And I guess probably also you could say the Humble Bundle folks have done a lot to promote Linux gaming and getting things moved into bigger titles being available. There's some argument out there in the world as far as folks believing that so what some people will put forward, and I'm not saying I'm necessarily one of these, is that Microsoft is starting to back away from PC gaming. That they don't some people believe that Microsoft's top execs don't necessarily think that that's a viable future. And so they're starting to back away from it, particularly with some of the focus on more tablet interfaces and things that are not necessarily friendly towards PCs. And that is what's driven Steam to make the Steam box, and which is Linux driven, and to drive more towards Linux, or at least independent gaming platform. Linux, of course, everything is open source. They can write or tweak or work with people to write or tweak the code to support them. The biggest thing that still slows us up is the hardware vendors. It comes right down to 2 people, ATI and or AMD these days, and NVIDIA. If you were going to do Linux gaming, I would recommend an NVIDIA card these days. ATI is a little... Their drivers... little buggier on Linux. If you want to run the 3D proprietary drivers, we would love for them to focus a little bit more on the Linux world and making those 3D drivers and making use of all the fancy features that the DirectX folks get a hold of, so that we could run them on OpenGL in Linux. That would be fantastic, but we're getting there. Hey, welcome to the channel, Goldie27. Appreciate you joining. All right, so let me see. I am Bodisha. Very cool. So I'll get the Pictish Warrior earlier. And the Slid Hall. Now, I don't know how exciting this is going to be for you guys to watch. It's kind of a turn-based game. I'm just playing the computer. I tend to not play real aggressively. I'll turn this off. Yeah, this too. So it might be a little boring. So definitely feel free to ask any questions. Thanks for the follow. Awesome. Yeah, very much appreciate. Very cool. All right. Let me see here. We got some marble. I'm going to move my warrior, see if there is any better place to be. I don't see anything. I wonder if that's ocean up there. If it is, I'd rather be oceanside. But I don't want to risk the turn. I'm going to... Okay. Yeah, it's going to take one turn and take a look. Alright, next turn. So I prefer most of my cities to be oceanside in both games, actually, or at least so far. Makes things a little bit easier. I'll try to do maybe a Beyond Earth comparison next week, and we can talk about that a little bit. We got the barbarians right on top of us, huh? All right, but we can do a little bit of comparison, and I can show you some of the tricks why I like being on the water if I can. And we'll go to next turn, so I can actually build my city. Now I just lost 3 turns there, well 2, before I founded Edinburgh. Yes, I know I should found it soon. Yeah. All right, research. What do I want first? Animal. Let me see. Trapping would give me a resource here, which would be awful nice. Mining would give me... I could build some mines here. They'd bump up my productivity. Pottery is always nice, but I can hold off on that a little bit. Archery would help me if I'm going to be completely inundated with barbarians here. I am going to start off with the mining. And meanwhile, I'm going to build a monument. Now, a lot of people will build military at this point. That's not the way I go. What I found is that my warrior is going to get a promotion when he attacks this guy. And I'll be able to get his health back and finish these guys off pretty easily. I'm going to soon out just a little bit. Shut up. So that'll be pretty cool. So what do you guys think? I mean, it looks pretty much exactly the same. Some of the texture on if I zoom in here, some of the texture on the ground here is a little less than you might see in Windows on a DirectX 10, but certainly not substandard by any stretch. And I think it's decent. And just the fact that you don't have to pay for the OS. Bug fixes are faster for the OS. Security fixes are faster. And just everything is a little bit more upfront and transparent. That to me makes a big difference. Hey, welcome to the channel, Moobot. I don't know if that's really a bot or what that is. But We will find out. Or if that's a person. If it's a person, welcome to the channel. If it's a bot, welcome anyway. See, there's the promotion I was talking about, so I'll be able to heal back up. These are just my very first military units, so I'm not too worried about not taking the boost. And I like getting the gold, yay! Hey, look at that, and then I can use them to explore some. Alright. Uh-oh. Who's that up there? Oda Nobunga. I wonder if that translation actually does work out to be what he's saying. I do not speak that language, so I could not say. Ah, there, so see, I knew we would be near the ocean. I guess that's far enough. I guess I know where my next city will be. And, thank you, Cooch. Let me see here. And I'm just going to set him to explore because I'm too lazy to follow him and watch him. And we'll see how things go. Lots of forest up there. Some bananas. That's kind of cool. More spices over there. That's kind of cool. Like the mountains. I'm going to probably build an explorer here as soon as this monument gets done so that I can see what's around me a little bit more. Maybe catch a couple of more little bonuses from ruins. Oh, we got some bison down there. That's cool. You're not hearing any game audio. Alright, let me see if I can tweak that. Audio. I make analog stereo. You should be able to hear that. Let me... Now, last time I did that, audio capture. Let's try this. And let's get back into the game. Alright, well, let me know, Cooch. I know this will take a little bit to sync up. I hate when that happens. All right. There we go. Okay, so Cooch, let me know if you actually get any game audio. I've got it fairly turned down, but you should hear something in the background. So we will jump to the next turn. In the meantime, I'll scratch my lip. Hey, and we're expanding a little bit. Good to have expansion. Don't know if you guys haven't played this game. Expansion is good and bad. It's almost always good in that you have more people to produce more goods and services, but it also does increase in unhappiness pretty quickly, especially later in the game. That becomes a little bit more of an issue. And I've researched mining. Yay! Alright, now I'm wanting animal husbandry next. It's there, very faint. Well, I got it pretty turned down, so I can turn it up just a little bit. Okay, and I've got enough religion to choose a religion. I generally always do the same one, plus production. I like production. Because I'm lazy and I'll forget to do something, and then I'll want things to be created quickly. I'm going to tweak the sound a little bit here, guys. So bear with me. Yeah, bump up some music. See if that's a little bit better for you guys. Like I say, I'm very, very, very used to this game. So the sounds are not something that I follow a whole lot. A lot of times I'll turn on something from my MP3 collection while this is going, and I'll have the sound completely off. Alright. Hey, my first policy. Okay, in this game, I almost always do the very first one being honor. Honor is going to give me gold every time I kill a barbarian. There's always a lot of barbarians. Later I can also get some... if I go for... As I go up the honor tree, I'll also be able to get some culture points from defeating enemies. Which is kind of nice. Hey, and I explored some more ruins and got some population. Isn't that cool? I'm going to zoom out here a little bit and see where my guys are. Excellent. Did I find anything? Ooh, that's kind of nice. Truffles. And cattle. Maybe I'll go down here instead for my next city. Boy, we don't have a lot of production here, though. I need to get those mines built so I can get some production going. River cities are nice. There's a couple of different things you can get later on. They give you extra production from every tile on a river, which is nice. So like this, that tile there with the mountain and the river will get a lot. Or not a mountain, but a hill. Mountains you can't build anything on. Okay. City-state, that's good. I can do some trading.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Don't bug me again. Alright, my scout is built. Explore! And what do I want next? Well, I still can't make use of either of those truffles without trapping, so I'm going to do trapping. And do I want to do... I'm going to do the settler. Now the settler slows growth for a while it's building, so that's a little painful.
You may want to consider this.
Okay, find my trespasser. When you first find a city, a lot of times your guy will try to go through it. That's okay, but you're going to kind of piss the city off. You know, it could be not good. And in this case, I think I need to get him back to wherever I just found. Oh, there's another city here. I can see the border, but I actually haven't met the city. And there's the guys. Okay. So, may have been a mistake building a settler just now instead of another military unit. But I didn't, so I didn't. I'm going to adopt liberty just because I like liberty. And that is going to give me one culture for every city. And then when I get them all, I'll be able to get a free great person. I like this because this is going to give me a settler. A worker when I get my next social policy here, and then 2 more, and I will get a free settler, and also speed up training of settlers. I like to expand ground as quickly as I can. A lot of times you can really put yourself behind the curve and get yourself geographically in a bad situation if you don't expand quick enough. So, what did we find up here? Good. So he should go to that ruins, hopefully before this guy tries to kill us. Ooh, advanced weapons. That worked out quite nicely.
You now have...
So he found in the ruins, he turned himself into an archer. And so now I'm going to kill off those guys. Which works out really, really nice. And I met Elizabeth of...
We are pleased to meet you.
Elizabeth the Great. Well, that was short and succinct, wasn't it? And Cujo says much better on the sound. Thank you, Cuj. Appreciate it. And let's kill these guys. Get some gold. They were kind of beat up anyway, but that's okay. It's also experience for the unit, which will give it some slight buffs a little bit later. See, that minimized to my desktop again because I was too close to the edge of the screen, and I still had my Synergy running, so it thought I was trying to switch computers. So, as I said before, I probably should have turned it off. I just haven't. I was going to say, who's that there? Ramses the Second. Some of these guys are real characters. Actually, if you play a lot, a ridiculous amount like me, you'll begin to get the personalities of some of the at least the computer's idea of the historical figures, which is really pretty amusing.
Here's something that may be helpful.
All right, found a natural wonder, and it's already owned by some city-state. Ragusa. Thank you. But it's good finding these natural wonders because it makes your town a little happier for a little bit. So well, okay, I'm just going to turn off the Synergy here. So that I don't do that again on you guys. But I'm going to rest up a little bit before attacking that thing. It's going to risk a chance of them spawning another set of mobs, but I don't want to get in there and get my behind kicked. Got the trapping researched, so that's good. Archery, I think, is next. At least for me. Boy, lots of city-states right near me. I think it's going to be a trade bonanza here. As soon as I can get some trade goods to trade. So, Vatican City. Alright, and time for another policy. So, bing, here comes that free worker I was telling you about. Meanwhile, I'm going to attack him. I'll do okay because he's defended. Yes, thank you. I know we have a worker. And, oh good, more barbarians. Yeah. Alright. I may have to pull back my explorer to help take care of... Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to pull back my explorer to take care of some of these barbarians. I'm going to have to abandon taking out that unit because archers are a pain. Hopefully I can loop around behind these guys. We'll see how that goes.
The haft of the arrow had been feathered with one of the eagles.
Hey, archery's done. What's next? What should I do next? Well, I've got this marble, and I need to be able to do masonry in order to do the marble. In order to get to the marble, I know that. But I wouldn't mind revealing iron. Or having a watermill because I'm on a river. I'm going to take that. And another city-state. Alright, and another natural wonder. Now see, what would be really nice is if Sidon gave me a quest, which I just met them. If I'd met them sooner, that would have been better. Because they might have then given me a request to help them take out the barbarians, in which case I would have gotten favor from them. And they wouldn't be all mad at me for trespassing. And they might be my allies, which always have a lot of nice bonuses. Now, fortunately, this barbarian seems to be sitting still, or at least hasn't sent somebody over to try to steal my worker. Always a good thing.
Only one military unit can occupy a tile at a time.
Yeah. Cue the archers! Ooh, nice. Alright, there's a little bit of randomness, it seems, to that. I've never been able to... I've never checked into, I should say, how much of it is random. But it is nice that we got that. And I'm going to stop. I probably have to get up on top of there in order to attack those. But I think I probably need to do that. My settler is almost ready. And definitely my next build is going to be an archer, for sure.
We have no combat units defending our territory.
Yes, I know. I don't defend a city that early. But I'm building more. Alright, you need to go there. And rest. You can hit them from there. Isn't that nice?
You can found a new city with your settler. Move your settler to a fertile location and found a new city.
Yeah, they want me to found a new city. I don't want to move this guy around with so many barbarians around, so I am going to wait. Spacebar works really nice to just tell them to ignore a particular unit, otherwise the AI will bug you about it. Vatican City is asking me for help with barbarians. So is Reg USA. So, all kind of good things. At least for me. Yes, I'm going to stay there. The 11 up there is my city defensive strength. It's not very high, but it's not too terrible for this early in the game. And did they finish? Or did they just get scared off? Okay, it says Truffles Camp, so they did build their camp. I'm going to move them over. I'm going to move them next to the city. And instead of making the next Truffles, hey, alright. So their promotion, they got promoted for killing enough stuff. I got some gold.
That may be helpful.
And the city-state likes me. One of them does. Let me see. Who do we make friends with? Thinks we're cool. Buenos Aires thinks we're cool for clearing that. I'm really surprised that wasn't Sidon, but okay. I'll take it. So, very cool. My next one I'm going to take care of is this one over here. And I'm going to see if I can't stop this one from generating so much stuff. I'm going to build a mine here, just because I need to increase their production. They're kind of slow. That's talking about all the different diplomatic stuff I can do. I don't know. Do I move this thing yet? Hey, Chilled Veins. It's good to see you. Chilled Veins is one of our other broadcasters, so thanks for joining, man. And I missed the grievance bot, so let me see. Uh-oh. Caught Selenius trying to sneak in. Alright. Ah, man, I hate sitting on that guy. I don't think I want to go up there. I think I want down here. Because Buenos Aires is going to take all that stuff, and I don't really want to be I want it for mine. I want to risk it. I'm going to come down here without any protection. And the game's going to tell me that's a really bad idea. And hopefully I don't prove it right.
Your settler is alone outside your borders.
Yeah. See, I told you. Ooh. You shoot me, I shoot back. Jerks. And can I found? Yeah, I can found here. And you know what? I'm going to. And then first thing I'm going to build is a monument. That's what I always build first. Alright. Seems we're going to trade shots here, but I win. So that's alright. Alright, got another archer coming out soon. Still got somebody heading over to deal with that. Hey, and a new policy. And let me see here. I am going to send this archer over here, because this guy's going to deal with that one. Hopefully they don't generate another unit. Meanwhile, I'm going to increase my production, mostly because I want to get to the speeding up of settlers and the free settler. That'll come out of that role. If you guys actually don't know this game and you have a question about one of the things I'm choosing and I'm going too fast, just let me know. I will certainly try to explain more. I should build a caravan. Because I'm going to start building some military units and I'm going to run out of money soon. And I'm also going to, before too long, have a third city. So that's going to get kind of expensive. Yay, my mine's done. So I'm building things a little bit faster. Much nicer. See, I wish I'd have killed those guys this turn so I could move in there and stop it from producing. I bet it's going to produce another unit before I get a chance to shut it down now. Ah well. I see Pictish Warrior. Yeah, let's do that. Get my special unit, or at least my first special unit, which is going to be a Pictish Warrior. Okay, glad I brought the archer over, because obviously there is another archer there. I'm actually going to hold off for a second and heal.
Would you be interested in a trade agreement?
And you want to give me some money for an embassy, or to establish an embassy? That's fine. I used to never do that, but you know, you get down with, you know, 1 gold per turn is a lot when you've got 3 and 4 and 5 as far as the amounts that you're actually generating. So alright, cue the archers. This game has great dying sounds, death sounds when you're doing these things, so I really like that. And Elizabeth wants to start a war with Ramses. He's not near me. It doesn't really help me. No. Or at least I don't think he's very near me. And I don't have a very strong military right now, so. Ooh. Now see, I'd have sworn they would have generated a unit before I took that down, so that's good. These guys should be nearly up for promotion. My city is growing, that's all good. Dublin is taking forever to get started. That happens. Alright. Let's bring them down here for a bit. Aha! Yes, I did not heal because these guys are going to die right now, and then I'm just support for this other one. So that's perfectly alright. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to buy some land.
The city screen provides a detailed view of your city's growth.
Because I want to get it before the city-state here expands into it. It doesn't really piss them off any particular amount. And it just saves you from trouble later. Ooh, I got a resource that way. So see, they'll have trouble expanding up to that. I'm not worried about that one anymore. Now they'll have trouble expanding out into that water. Now I could have brought here and gotten the resources. Might have been nice to have gotten the water resource. But I don't need it. And how much do they want? It's cheap. Alright. So, we'll see how that goes. Okay, weaken these guys. Come in here. Uh-oh. Looks like they're about to do another grievance bot game. So if you guys are into that thing, just pay attention when it comes up. Usually it will tell you what command you enter into the chat box. Usually starts off with an exclamation point and then either some points or something that you got to do to join the game and get yourself some more points. And our points are redeemable for things at various times. We'll put up little prizes. I don't have anything planned for my cast here. But you know, the points stay with you, especially if you're following. So feel free to do that. And welcome to the channel, Whoopinyo. Haven't seen you since Star Wars, man. So very cool. All right, promotion. I'm actually going to take the drill. And then now it doesn't always optimize the turns as far as shooting with your archers before attacking with your warriors. So you got to kind of watch that. Pretty easy to do at this point in stage of the game, but when you start getting, you know, I don't know, 50 or 100 units, if it's a particularly large map, it can get easy to forget those kind of things and just take the default. And weaken some units that you don't need to weaken. So, let me see. Ramses wants to be friendly. Ah, sure. What the heck? Now that up there, is that Ramses in the red? So see, I can see the border of... now that's a nation border. You'll notice you get the dashed border here for a city-state. That's some nation, and I don't know which one it is. Maybe that's Ramses. If it is, I shouldn't have been so friendly with him, because I may end up at war with him. But we'll see how it goes. And you need some orders. Yeah, let's build a farm. That sounds like a good plan. Meanwhile, let's hop in the city and rest. So we'll both defend the city and heal up. I think I just want you to heal right now. Welcome, Selenius. I thought you were already in the channel. Yeah, because you were doing the bank heist. Well, welcome back then. Alright, and he wants to trade some gold for some truffles. That seems reasonable. Well, I've got two. You don't want to trade. Your resources generate happiness for you. You'll see up here your happiness number. And you will see that I am getting +5 from truffles. I don't get more for having more truffles, but if I trade those truffles away and I get 0, I lose the +5 happiness. So you want to kind of watch that. And bronze working, yay! And I got a golden age, so very, very nice. That's only +1 food. Alright, do it anyway. What the heck. I very much develop almost every tile, as a rule, for anything that I own, so it's kind of the way I play. I suppose if you read the strategies, some people don't play that way. I do need to get the pottery going so I can do a granary, though. So we will make those things happen. I've actually got pretty good gold flow right now. I probably didn't, in the end, need to produce a caravan just yet, but I chose to, so you gotta live with your decisions. And sorry about your technical difficulties there, Selenius. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Alright, so my archer is all healed up now. I'm going to send him out this way and then tell him to explore, because I want to see what the heck is out that way. Man, I wish Dublin would get rolling. I need to create a boat and start exploring that way too. Alright, so my caravan is ready. I'm going to establish a trade route. I rarely trade with the other civilizations, unless I'm in a higher level difficulty map and I really need the gold. Because it also boosts their science and such. It'll boost yours, but it'll boost theirs some too. And I never want to encourage that as a rule. So I think Buenos Aires is a little more isolated. I suspect that this is just maybe 1 or 2 more tiles before it's ocean. So they aren't going to be hassled by barbarians as much, at least not for a while. And so my caravan won't get hassled going between here and there. So I won't lose my caravan. So that's kind of cool. Alright. What do we want next? Do I want a pyramid? It's going to burn a lot of turns. I'm going to do a settler. I'm going to make that 3rd city first. I know, I haven't done any military units. What can I say? Do you have lower gold flow? It does cost money to improve tiles, but those improved tiles yield higher production. They can, depending on what you're improving the tile with, can provide improved gold or improved food, which increases your growth, which can reduce your happiness, etc., etc. So it's all kind of intertwined.
Shall the clays?
Alright. What do we want to research now? I'm going to need sailing if I'm going to get a ship out of here to start exploring the water. And I think I really do want to do that here relatively soon, so I'm going to research that. Hey, welcome, Dark Raven. And we will... Let me see, who needs orders? The archer is all healed. I'm going to keep the archer there. I'm going to have him fortify, because I think I'm going to get... Aha! Actually, I'm not going to keep him fortified. I changed my mind. I'm going to have him go attack this, because that'll spawn... This is the barbarians that they found. If I click on this, it'll show me that. And that'll start spawning barbarians, and they're going to come after me. If I was a little bit sneakier, I might wait until Sidon asked for help. But they didn't last time, so the heck with them. And I don't want to pull these guys back from exploring. Now, once again, notice that Edinburgh is not growing very much. 1, I didn't buy any tiles for it. And 2, this is the 2nd settler that I'm producing, so he's not growing while I do that. Ooh, and I shouldn't have done the settler. I forgot about that. See? Told you I'm not always that great at this. Hey, Martin G3 and Squigs86, welcome. I didn't even know you were in here. Sorry about that. So I'm going to get a free settler right now. Bang. And I'm going to change this production here to... I'm going to make a Pictish warrior just because I don't know what it is. I'm going to show a queue so I can add after the Pictish warrior. I want a granary and then a barracks. And we'll go from there. I probably should start on the pyramid soon, but I'm not. And I'm just going to leave defending. Hey, and there's my free settler. I'm finally going to take him out here, where they've been trying to get me to go for a while. And hopefully he doesn't need defending on his way there, because I haven't planned on it. So we'll see how that goes. Super sneaky, Squigs. Alright. Sir. Martin says sir. Alright. Okay, so now I'm going to get marble going. Marble is nice. You get extra production out of a marble quarry. So that's a little bit nice. And then there are a couple other little enhancements that give you even more a little bit later on. Okay, kill the barbarian while I'm here, especially seeing as he's already mostly dead. And I get the culture from it and some experience, which is cool. I might have had that reversed. I think earlier I said I was going to... it was the... I think earlier I said you get gold when you take the honor right away, and then later you get culture. I think it's reverse of that. You actually get the culture at first, and then you get the gold later, which is alright, because getting the cultural advancements fast is kind of handy. Those little axe throwers are usually kind of a little tough. Okay, so it's the Japanese was the red up here. Remember earlier I was saying I could see that that was a nation state, I just couldn't remember who it was. So, alright. Then keep on exploring, guys. Alright, Buenos Aires, who was all nice and friendly with me, it's declining. I don't want to buy their love, so I'm just going to let them be unfriendly. Alright, Dublin is finally there. They need some bodies, so I'm going to build a granary next. And I might actually buy, if it's not crazy expensive, it's too expensive. I was thinking about buying a fishing boat for that little fishing area there. But I guess I will hold off. Alright, there is a contest going for those of you not paying attention to chat. It looks like you have to type exclamation point bank heist and a number. Looks like the buy-in tops out at 20 if you want to join the bank heist and maybe get yourself, risk yourself a little gamble on return on investment there. Alright, now I can go here, which is, what's that tile? There we are, I'm looking for the tile thing. So down here you can see that it's forest, so it's going to give me 1 food and it's going to give me 1 production if I settle there. If I go up here I'm going to get 2 production. I won't have the food and I won't grow as fast. I think I'm going to stay there in the center, in the woods there. And build Cardiff. And what am I going to build first? The same thing I always build first. A monument. And we'll see how it goes from there. Yay! Congrats. Cujo got 30 points out of the heist. And it looks like Squigs... Squigs lost 20? Did you lose 20? Is that how that worked? And Martine God, nothing as far as I can tell. Boy, that's raw, man. Alright. Okay, so what do I want to research next? I've been putting off the wheel and writing. Probably ought to get into gear with those. Don't want to get too far behind in science, so I'm going to go ahead and do writing. Okay, Buenos Aires is no longer my friend. Yeah. They were never really my friends. Okay, so I took them out. This might be another situation where I took them out, but they're going to spawn another unit before I get over there, because I got to get through these woods. We'll see if that works out or not. I could use another worker or two. I should maybe look at doing that. You're a habit of claiming land, blah blah blah. I'll settle what lands I please. Shut up. Alright. Oh, good, I made it. It's always nice not to have to kill off that extra unit first. And just because I can, I'm going to come around here and see what's on the other side of that. Vatican City wants a trade route. That's nice. It's nice to want. Alright, and I got my little Pictish warrior here guy. I'm going to have him go cover that city, because there's not too much around Edinburgh just looking to attack me. I do not have this on a particularly high difficulty level. I don't remember what it was set to. I just took the default. So I don't expect too much trouble from mobs. The computer can get kind of mean later on. They'll attack you if your military is too small. They'll attack you if your population's too unhappy. They'll attack you for just about anything. So, gotta definitely be more careful than I have been being if you're playing on a higher difficulty level. Egypt.
Our treasury has grown, and we have money to spend.
My economic advisor says I got money to blow, and I should blow it. Maybe I'll buy it. Maybe I'll buy that fishing boat I was looking at. All right. Trying to decide where I should go. I think I should get back to town. I think there's going to be another barbarian thing popping up around in here somewhere. Oh, good. Found iron. Ooh, and it's very near me. That's a good iron deposit. Kind of early/mid-game iron can be pretty important. There's a lot of different units that require it, so that's kind of nice. All right.
He who destroys
Writing.
a good book kills reason itself.
Japan is protecting Sidon. Basically, he's friends with him, and he said he'll protect him. I don't care. Not at this point in the game. But I am going to research. I want to research. I don't have any needs for plantation yet, really. But a road would be nice. I'm going to research the water, and the water mill would be nice too. Ah, there's England over there, okay. And there you are up there, I see you. So see the purple and yellow? I think that's, oh, what's his name that they wanted me to go to war with earlier. I'm just going to fortify there. There's There's a little bit of iron in there. That's kind of nice. Some wheat. Bison. I don't remember seeing bison too often. That's kind of cool. I definitely need that worker though. Ah, this is one of the expansion guys. Ahmad Al-Mansur of Morocco. I forget which expansion it was, but it wasn't in the default Civ 5 game. So that's kind of cool. I like the graphics. That's kind of cool. I actually used to have some friends who had a tent, not too dissimilar to that, for a medieval reenactment group, Society for Creative Anachronism, that I used to play around in. Let me see. Welcome to the channel, Larsine, something like that. And I'm in another city-state. Hey. He wants to just trade embassies? Nah. You want to give me some gold for it, I might consider it, but... Alright, I got a couple of farms there. I'm going to go ahead and build up that other mine. See if I can get some production going. I should come down here and do that iron. That's what I should do. Yeah, I'm actually going to change that. Get down here. Uh-oh, looks like there's another contest about to come up.
Wisdom.
So keep your eye out on chat for that. On the new wonder, the Grand Mesa. Boy, there's just like no natural wonders around me. Now, in Gods and Kings, that's going to make a little bit of a difference later on. There are some... we won't get to it in this hour. But there are some cultural victory situations where having a lot of natural wonders near you is very helpful. So... Alright, I can see where my archer is going to need to go. And somebody already beat me to building Stonehenge. Yeah, I'm starting to fall behind in the wonders area. So that's not so cool. I haven't even researched it. Let's knock it out of the way. I was going to build a barracks, but I think I just said, and it was true, that I need to work on pyramids. And I'm going to see if I can afford to buy a watermill. I did. I'm going to move the pyramids up, leaving the barracks in there, and I don't lose that tiny bit of production I already had for this turn. Welcome back to the channel, Squigs. And next turn. No, I don't want your dang embassy. You offered me gold before, man. And more friend stuff, whatever happening with the whole city-states. Yeah. I seem to be doing okay on gold. Happiness is pretty okay. I could use to make another trade route if I could spare the time. Right now I don't really want to spare the time. On my cities. To build it out. Alright. So Cardiff can build out... What do you want to build out, Cardiff? I think you need to grow. Give yourself a granary. right, so I only got a few more minutes left.
Teach us to number
If you guys have any questions about this, about Linux gaming, as you can
He
see,
who knows others is wise.
classical era,
He who knows-
great. That's because I finally finished that. Linux gaming is a lot better than it was even just a few years ago. You can do quite a bit. It's relatively easy. Linux is a nice, stable operating system. You can get some out-of-the-box operating systems. Linux Mint is my personal favorite because it comes with all the different codecs and it's based on the Ubuntu core. Ubuntu is by far the most developed for of the desktop distros that you'll see out there. There's also, you'll hear, there's two different main camps when you get into Linux. There is kind of the Red Hat stream, where you have all the core being sponsored by Red Hat and their group. And then there's the Debian stream. And Debian is kind of the foundation that Ubuntu built on, and then a lot of people go upstream from Ubuntu, or downstream from Ubuntu, where they'll base their distro on Ubuntu and strip off things like the desktop manager that they don't, that a lot of people don't particularly like from Ubuntu, because it's a little too built for touch screen rather than mouse and keyboard. Ubuntu doesn't include the multimedia codecs that are not open source free software. Free is in freedom. I like Linux Mint. It's a pretty kitchen sink kind of distro. You get just about everything. For most folks, I would probably actually recommend Cinnamon at this time, because there's several versions of Linux Mint. You can get the Cinnamon desktop. You can get the Mate desktop. You can get the LXDE desktop if you've got an older machine with a little less spec hardware. If you're running on an older machine with very low spec hardware, your games are not going to run like it's on a brand new fastest i7 you can buy in a what the heck is it, a 970 NVIDIA GTX 970 video card. If you don't actually have a GTX 970 video card, it's gonna run a little bit slower. It'll probably run a little bit better than it would have in Windows. Maybe not. Coders, there's a couple of different companies, Aspire and another that are doing the recoding for these games into Linux. And then some game companies, Steam in particular, and Valve, are actually coding directly in Linux now, and then porting from Linux to Windows, which is kind of unique. So, Cujo says he's a Gentoo Funtoo guy. Gentoo is really nice if it takes a lot of tweaking. What I tell people about Linux is that Linux is vastly more configurable than Windows, but that means that you end up configuring more than you do in Windows. And Gentoo is probably one of the most configurable, because you compile just about everything. It's got a system for doing it, portage. I've never tried it. I've had a couple of friends suggest it, but I haven't tried it yet. So as you're compiling software, means taking the actual typed out word code and turning it into executable programs. If you know exactly what your hardware is, you don't have to compile into your hardware all the code for things that you don't have. And that allows you to tweak your system, and it gets a little bit faster, maybe a little bit more stable, although most Linuxes are pretty stable in my experience. Hope you all had a great time. My time is kind of up. Welcome, Mr. Grievance, Mr. Steel Grievance, rather. And hope you guys had fun. Hope you weren't too bored watching me play single-player real-time strategy here, or not even real-time strategy, turn-based strategy. I chattered on quite a bit, so hopefully that was entertaining and not boring. And we will talk to you next week. Well, I don't know about next week. I haven't decided what I'm doing for Christmas. If I'm actually here and the channel's open, I may do it. Don't know if we're getting up to Michigan for Christmas, and if we're not going to Michigan, we're not going anywhere. So we shall see what happens. Thanks again, folks. Have a great night.